All right, everybody, check it out. It's that big, beautiful boat you were looking at before. I'm finally here making the cover for it, and I'm going to show you how to do it. So, all we're going to do is just because there's 4 motors, just because it's a big-ass boat doesn't mean nothing. We're going to do the same as we do all the covers. We're going to cut out around the console. We're going to go around the transom. It's the same as normal, just a lot bigger, that's all. All right, the way you measure out for a boat cover on a boat like this is a big boat. The sun's bright out here, sorry. Like the video, subscribe, put the wind in the sails of our pirate ship. So this gorgeous boat, the way you make a cover for it is you gotta measure from this bar here, you gotta go over that trolling motor about 1 foot. That'll give you measurement, which on this is at 22 feet. You wanna go 1 foot or 18 inches or something past to give you enough material to mess with. Now, again, on the back, you want to do the same thing. You want to go over that transom. Now, we're just going over the rub rail about 1 foot. Then we're coming up to this bar, and then we're leaving it another foot. And on this boat, it's 19 feet. Sorry, I already measured. Now, what you want to do is, you want to go really, truly, you got to go 3 times, which is 2 fulls and 2 halves. 2 fulls and 2 halves. And then when you mark it out, you're still gonna have add-ons, but that's the most cost-efficient way to do the material. For these 4 motors back here, now mostly people will make individual covers, but truth, you gotta think about the customer. The customer typically, if you can afford this boat, you're not a young man, you need to be able to use these things. So what I've gone to doing is I make one large cover with a couple of bungees, so that way you can do it from the boat lift. Follow along all week and I'll show you how we make this cover. Like this video, subscribe to my channel, tell a friend please, I love you. Put some wind in the sails of my pirate ship. Thank you. All right, I'll show you again. There's the point of my cutout. I'm gonna cut diagonally from the seam right to that point. That gives me a straight edge here. It gives my cutout where I want, and it gives me as most slack as humanly possible to you know, deal with my union. Now remember, always cut this so you got the most slack humanly possible. You know, it's hard doing this stuff for the camera. You change your whole body positioning and whatnot. All right, all I did was choose the first point to put the strap behind. That was a good point to pull from. You know, you just kind of, every boat's going to be different. You just got to look up, make a decision. We do so many boat covers out of polyester. Working with this Tempotest is really nice. This stuff is so soft. I love the way this feels. You know, that's the one thing. That's the one thing that actually differentiates this from the rest of the acrylics. The feel of it is so nice. Flip. All right, so here's the hard part, how to get around this trolling motor. Oh, it's a nightmare, and this is a big boat. I'm not scared of it all. So I got this clamp there, and the only part that made any sense, I'm gonna mark my first pin, my first dart, right? And the only place that makes any sense, which would be right here. Right, bam, look at that. All right. I'm gonna go around to this other side and make sure get it fluffed out. All right, so this is kind of a nightmare. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start with one really big dart. Now this is a lot easier to do with pins than it is with a stapler. I know everybody in the comments is gonna be like, where's your stapler? Yeah. Now I'm just taking as much as humanly possible out of this one to begin with. Okay, so the first one, I just took as much as I could. I didn't really think about it, just wherever it felt good. I just took a lot of slop out. And you know what, honestly, I'm gonna do the same thing with the second one. And again, I'm gonna use pins here because it's just easier. Now with just 2 pleats, I got most of the shape. From here forward, you just shape it out as best you see fit. So, like, I'm gonna start here. All right, so your first pleat here, it just goes wherever you think. So it's pretty nice and clear up to here. To me, right there is the obvious place. I try to make it perpendicular with the rub rail. I try to make it, you know, look straight. But that's it right there. Now when we do our add-on, we just add pieces from pleat to pleat, and it saves a lot on material.